Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, coming to you with your no frills commentary from a singer. Yes, sirree, I am watching tonight The Voice. We had the second live show, episode 2. It was TeamCeelo and TeamAdam performing. It was an interesting show. Let me jump right into it and tell you what I thought. First up, we had Katrina Parker for TeamAdam. She did Tonight by Smashing Pumpkins. I wrote she has a nice set. She had a nice set and was sounding pretty good. I especially liked how she swooped into the blues. I can't do it because I don't remember because the first performance of the night. But I thought it was very good. Adam told her to find her own voice when they were rehearsing, and I still heard a lot of Adele in her voice, but I thought she sounded great. I thought she tried to move it as much as she could into her own thing, but I don't think she's found her own voice yet, so it might take her a little while to get it together. I'm reading this now. CeeLo said that this is a song that should not be performed, and I hear so often, and read on Twitter and sometimes in my own comments, oh, so-and-so shouldn't do that song. Oh, nobody should ever cover that song. No one should ever cover this artist. You know what? These songs were brought into the world to be shared. And if we don't sing them as performers, who is going to? Are we just going to let them languish, just because it's an old performer and nobody ever does it? The songs that are today are standards. The only reason they are standards is because several people recorded them over the years, over and over and over again. That is what a songwriter really wants for their music. Not only to be sung by one person, but to be sang by people every generation for hundreds of years. So let's please, that's just one of my little pet peeves. Let's stop saying, oh, no one should ever cover that song because they should. If it's a great song and it's a great performance by a group, then you should want other people to cover it. Okay, that's my rant for today. Second up, we had Cheesa going up for TeamCeelo. She did Don't Leave Me This Way, Thelma Houston. I liked her voice in the slow beginning of the song, but I wasn't impressed in the up-tempo part of it. I just thought it lost something. She worked the stage and the audience well, but I just wasn't feeling it. And I was like, what is she wearing? She had on like a sweatsuit or something. I was on Twitter. I was like, please step it up, CeeLo. Step it up, okay? Because come on, a sweatsuit. Next up was Tony Lucca for TeamAdam. He did Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. And in rehearsal, he had this little falsetto note that he couldn't quite hit and he needed to work on. And I was waiting for him naturally to hit this falsetto, and he dodged it. Now, he did a good job, going around it. But I think a lot of people were like me. They were waiting for him because he's supposed to be to practice this note and all this different stuff. They were waiting for him to do this note and he didn't do it. And that's kind of like a letdown right there for me. If he couldn't do the song or if he couldn't sing the song, why didn't they change the key or choose a different song for the man? I thought he had a good intensity in the rest of the song and he sounded great on it. I just was really missing that little thing, and sometimes when you're disappointed about something, it just happens. Christina called him one-dimensional and set off some fireworks on Twitter. What did you think? Did you think he was one-dimensional in this performance? Let's say just in this performance. If you're enjoying the commentaries, please make sure to thumb it up. I really appreciate it and I need your support. Next up for TeamAdam was Yarbrough. She did Rolling in the Deep by Adele. She was all into the emotional content of this song. Let me tell you, she gave it some bite. I mean, just like, I was like, oh girl, do your thing. But I liked it better when she was in her chest voice as opposed to when she went up into the chorus and I thought that it was lacking something. It just wasn't dead on. So I just wasn't really enjoying that, the way that it sounded. James Massone was up next for TeamCeelo. He did Don't Know Why, Nora Jones. And this is like an old band standby, something that you do when everybody's kind of relaxing and chilling, and it's just something to throw in there. Such a beautiful song. And this performance had me cheesing. I was smiling. I wrote it was so sweet. His falsetto wasn't that great, but he delivered it like it was the best thing ever. I mean, and he was just so like into just relating to the crowd, and he's of course working the stage and doing the girls, hey. So I thought it was great. The stage setup with his name on the street side and of course his signature jacket was all just You know, I wrote, they're trying to create a young heartthrob right here. And I think they have gone a long way with him doing the song and the way he performed it. Blake said, I almost threw my panties on the stage, you know. And that begs the question, why are you wearing panties, Blake? But anyway, I thought this was a really good performance. Next up was Juliet Sims for TeamCeelo. She did Roxanne by the Police. And she revealed when she was talking that she has had 5 record deals. 5. I just had to have that sink in for me. 5 record deals, and she has not really broken out yet. She has a very distinct voice, and when she's not wailing, what I wrote. I'm not sure if I'm crazy about it, but she really sang the heck out of this song. Lots of emotion, some good changes in the dynamics, especially in the beginning. You know, she would be doing the really harsh part and then she would bring it way down. Very good control. I really enjoyed that, and I thought it was a really good performance. Next up, we had Mathai for TeamAdam. She did Ordinary People by John Legend. This was short. She started out a cappella. Very, very nice. The song sounded really great in her voice, and I thought it showed her distinctiveness in the sound of her voice. She did some really great things in this performance. Tony Vincent was up for TeamCeelo. He did Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Tears for Fears. And congratulations, his wife had her baby, so congrats. I thought this was an okay performance, though. It didn't really show off his voice well. The song was not a good song choice. I especially didn't like how he had to cut off the ends of words in the choruses. Everybody had to use the, you know, so it was very like, it just was not in the pocket. It was just not right. I don't think he's in trouble because I think he has a really big fan base, but I do think that he needs to have better songs that fit his voice. Remember, in all the shows, they talk about song choice. You want to pick a song that fits your voice, and this did not. This restricted his voice. You definitely don't want to do that when you got all this wonderful voice going on. You don't want to have something that is not going to allow you to show off your range, and this didn't show any of his range. And it wasn't very enjoyable for me. Karla Davis did Airplanes. She started out breathy and pitchy. Then she went into kind of rap singing. I just thought it was pitchy all over the place, and I wrote it may send her home because it just wasn't a good song choice for her. Erin Martin was up next for TeamCeelo. She did Walk Like an Egyptian, the Bangles. I thought she sounded better on this than on the last time I heard her, which is not saying much. I like the idea of the staging, but I thought she could have brought more fun and energy to it. I don't think she was having enough. It's such a fun, up song, and she just didn't really bring it. The staging and the dancers and all were very elaborate and interesting, and she just kind of blended into it. She didn't stand out, so I really didn't enjoy it, and I think she's going to be in trouble this week. Next up was Pip for TeamAdam, and he did When You Were Young by the Killers. I like Pip's voice, but I didn't think it fit this song. He's so smooth with so much natural soul and depth. And he was pushing the envelope on it a little bit, but it just didn't resonate with me. It didn't seem. Adam said, you know, that he was just too sweet and he wasn't scary or anything like that enough for the song. And I think, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like again, it's song choice. He said he wanted to be a rocker or all that, but he's got this sweet little face and body, of course, you know, just a little twink, just a little boy. And he wants to bring all this and angst and all, and he doesn't have it in his voice. It's just so smooth, and it didn't fit. So the whole time I was just like, I just really wasn't getting into it. Yeah, I think his fans will still enjoy it, and that he went outside of his comfort zone. But I think he needs to pick a better song for him. Even if it's in a rock genre, he needs to pick something that fits his voice more, but I don't know if his audience is really a rock audience. TeamCeelo had the pimp spot tonight with Jamar Rogers. He did Are You Gonna Go My Way, Lenny Kravitz. I love the female guitarist on the stilts. Blake Shelton didn't like him. He said he was distracted. I loved it. I thought it was great. And I thought this was a believable rock performance. The vocals were on point. He seemed very connected to the material and the story. He was wailing away, you know. He had all of that angst and that grit in his voice. And the last note, it just sealed the deal. The coaches were on their feet. The crowd was on their feet and going crazy. They were screaming for a long time. I mean, like none of the coaches or anything could talk because they were screaming for so long. But What did you guys think of the performances? And what did you think of the song choices of some of these people? I thought some of them would have done so much better if they had chosen a song that better fit their voice and style, or the style that they should be on. And let me say this about style, and this is for my singers who might still be watching, who are more interested, I think, in what I have to say a lot of times. You have to think about not only what you love so much, but what represents your voice, your style, your look the best. I think one of the great things about American Idol, and I'm sorry, about American Idol, is they go through many different genres and they end up finding out what resonates best with the audience for each performer. And that is one good thing, because sometimes the music that we love is not the music that fits our voice. Okay, so one thing that I thought was different that I realized it, but I didn't really mention it ever before, is that voting is open for The Voice until 10 a.m. Tuesday morning. So you can vote for like 12 hours straight if you like. Of course, there are 5 ways to vote. I think I will go back and I will list those in the description. And Jessie J will be performing tomorrow night. This is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. Check out my So You Want to Be a Singer series right here on YouTube and my originals playlist. I'm out. Peace.